The Indiana Fever have seen significant changes in recent weeks, both on and off the court. With injuries, aggressive play, and mounting fan and media criticism, head coach Stephanie White has been at the center of it all. Above all, she has been leading the squad through Sophie Cunningham's developing leadership position and the return of standout rookie Caitlin Clark. Her most recent remarks following the team's most recent game have clarified a number of issues. These are more than simply updates. These are significant statements regarding the Fever's future and their strategy for the remainder of the WNBA season. That number is Caitlin Clark. Due to a left groin injury, one overall pick in this year's rookie class missed 10 games in a row. Her homecoming caused fans to become apprehensive, and speculation began to circulate about whether there had been obstacles or whether she was being hurried back. After Clark participated in the game against the Golden State Valkyries on July 9, coach Stephanie White finally spoke. White made it quite evident that Clark would not have come back until she was completely well. She assured reporters that the medical staff had ensured Clark was at 100% and that she would never be pressured to play if she wasn't ready. Fans were concerned that the Fever was forcing Clark to return too quickly in order to win games, and this comment helped put an end to a lot of the internet discussion. Although the squad was expected to benefit greatly from Clark's comeback, the game didn't proceed as expected. Clark appeared cautious throughout the match. She had one of her lowest scoring outings of the season with just 10 points. She was obviously still getting used to being out for so long since her time and rhythm appeared incorrect. The game finished with the Fever losing 80-61. A difficult outcome for a group that had been making some progress. White reminded everyone that it takes time to get a guy like Clark back into the lineup, despite the fact that the game was challenging. The group had adapted to playing without her, and now they had to figure out how to combine their newfound camaraderie with Clark's star power. The Fever performed admirably without Clark, which was one of the unexpected outcomes of her absence on the court. They prevailed in 3 of their 4 games, including a crucial Commissioner Cup encounter. Important players including Ari McDonald, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell made significant contributions. The defense got better, the ball moved more quickly, and the squad appeared more balanced. Even without Clark on the court, ESPN commentator Carolyn Peck stated that the temperature appeared more serious. This illustrates how deeply the Fever has grown, but it doesn't imply that the squad is better off without Clark. When Stephanie White returned, she had to ensure that the team's work from before Clark was gone would not be undone. She discussed the significance of striking a balance. In addition to maximizing Clark's skill and leadership, she wants to maintain the bench's strength and the relationship. Although it's a challenging undertaking, White thinks the squad is prepared to take on it. White's statement also included a significant section regarding Sophie Cunningham. This season, the guard, known for her physical style of play, has grown to be an integral part of the Fever's identity. Cunningham contributes energy, toughness, and experience. She doesn't hesitate to defend her teammates, and she did just that during a difficult game against the Connecticut Sun. One of the season's most talked about games was that one. After Clark was repeatedly pushed down, the situation became heated. Cunningham intervened and sent a forceful message in response. She was ejected after committing a harsh foul, but she made it plain that she would not allow anyone to bully her teammates. There was much discussion following the game on the morality of her acts, but White supported her. White clarified that Cunningham's responsibilities extend beyond defense and scoring. It has to do with protection and leadership. She said, "Every team needs a player who can keep things in check, especially in a league as physical as the WNBA." Cunningham is adept at balancing that balance. Her colleagues valued her dedication and fortitude despite the penalties and criticism she received. The WNBA's physical approach has gained a lot of attention, particularly during Clark games. Numerous athletes have discussed how this year's rookies are being physically challenged, and Clark has undoubtedly received her fair share of blows. Fans and experts noted how difficult some of the games had been as she was recovering from her injuries. White talked candidly on the growing popularity of rough play and the necessity for referees to be more reliable. The game against Connecticut demonstrated what can happen when officials don't take control early, she added. Players are put at danger when things swiftly spiral out of control. According to White, her squad expects fair calls and protection from the refs, but they are not scared of violent play. She had a straightforward message for the league. Make the game more reliable and secure. She urged the WNBA to enhance its evaluations, particularly in pivotal situations. White is hopeful for improved regulations and enforcement in the future, despite the league's response of penalties and egregious fouls. Finding their synergy once more is the Fever's new hurdle now that Clark is back in the lineup. The team's approach changed while she was absent. They relied on different individuals, changed how they moved the ball, and were more defensive. Cunningham's explanation that the teams with and without Clark felt like two distinct squads was the finest. The objective now is to combine those two approaches. On the court, Clark automatically draws attention due to her strong presence. If the ball isn't traveling smoothly, it might be more difficult for her teammates to find their rhythm. White wishes to stay away from that. She wants the team to continue working together and at the same speed as when Clark left, but simultaneously allowing Clark to take the lead and shine. It's a difficult balance, but if done well, it may make the Fever really hazardous. White also stressed the significance of relaxation and minute management. The season has been long, and Clark recently recovered from an injury. Her health and degree of exhaustion are being closely monitored by the coaching team. They want to make sure she stays healthy for the upcoming crucial games and prevent any setbacks. Stephanie White's words demonstrate that she is not just concerned with victories and defeats. Her goal is to create a cohesive squad that plays well, works hard, and stays together. She wants her players to play with passion, confidence, and a sense of security. White is making sure everyone understands their worth, whether it's Cunningham taking on a leadership position, Clark recovering from injury, or the bench filling in at difficult moments. She also doesn't hesitate to speak up. Clark stood up and volunteered to use her bonus to cover the punishment after she was issued a technical foul earlier in the season for protecting her team. That little incident demonstrated the level of respect White has gained from her teammates. They are aware that she will stand up for them when necessary and that she has their backs. White concluded her recent remarks by stating that the Fever's true identity will be revealed throughout this stretch of the season. They have had successful victories, difficult games, and now the added difficulty of reintegrating Clark, she said. However, she has faith in the gang. She thinks they can play as a team regardless of who is on the floor, and that they can be physical without losing control. The fact that Stephanie White does more than simply coach basketball is among the most crucial points to comprehend about her. She coaches public attention, expectations, and personalities. The media attention is more than ever with Caitlin Clark on the team. Every pass, every foul, and every game are being meticulously observed. Such pressure may be difficult for a young club like the Indiana Fever to bear. White, however, has made every effort to use that pressure as inspiration. She frequently discusses focusing on the team's internal beliefs and working methods rather than what is being mentioned in the media or on social media. Her message is straightforward. Shut out the noise. Have faith in the process and help one another. It's more difficult said than done, particularly when high-profile celebrities like Clark are involved and the stakes are high. However, White has a greater awareness of the struggles her athletes face because she was once a WNBA player herself. Having participated in the league in the early 2000s, Stephanie White has witnessed its expansion. She is aware of the accountability involved in mentoring a generational talent such as Clark. She has, however, also been explicit. As a pro, Clark is still developing, learning, and adapting. White reminds everyone that despite her superstar abilities, Clark is a rookie in a league full of talented, seasoned players. White's long-term strategy includes allowing her the time and space she needs to grow, even if it means suffering temporary setbacks. Many fans anticipated Caitlin Clark to dominate the WNBA from the moment she joined. She had, after all, set many NCAA records, guided Iowa to consecutive national championship games, and amassed one of the largest collegiate fanbases in recent memory. However, the WNBA is at a very other level. Every side has a wealth of skill, the games are more physical, and the defenders are quicker. Her shift hasn't gone as well as some had hoped because of this. White has been forthright about Clark's difficulties. In addition to picking up a new offense, she is also getting used to a quicker tempo and more contact. Each squad trains especially to slow her down. Throughout all 4 quarters, she has been double-teamed, bumped, and put under pressure. Any player may become exhausted by that type of attention, but rookies attempting to lead a team's offense are particularly vulnerable. Nevertheless, White has been pleased with Clark's handling of it. She notes that Clark never quits trying to get better, maintains her composure, and demonstrates leadership. Sophie Cunningham's worth also resurfaces at this point. She relieves some of Clark's strain because she is one of the team's more seasoned players. She plays strict defense, sets up strong screens, and makes it obvious that she won't put up with anyone who roughs up her teammates without a return. She assists Clark in acclimating to life as a professional player off the court. They had a strong relationship with Cunningham, who served as their mentor and protector. Sophie Cunningham is renowned for more than just her court toughness. She is an emotional leader as well. She raises the team's spirits during difficult times, speaks out in the locker room, and provides enthusiasm to practices. This Indiana club, which is among the WNBA's youngest, has found its motivation in her personality. She has received several compliments from Coach White for helping out when the squad needed it most. This leadership became even more crucial when Clark was out due to injuries. Cunningham kept the squad together when it could have disintegrated. She pushed colleagues to take charge, urged them to have faith in one another, and ensured that nobody lost faith. This type of leadership is crucial to the success of the team, yet isn't evident in the box score. In opposing areas, Cunningham has also embraced the villain role. Fans either adore or despise her, depending on which side they root for.